Welcome to Mathotropism. Today we are going to see how to factorize a quadratic polynomial by splitting the middle terms. This is the first part where I am going to just consider that a is equal to 1. So what is a? We know that the general form of a quadratic polynomial is ax square plus bx plus c, where a is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x, c is the constant term, and a, b, c includes the sign whatever is coming in the equation. So what is my condition which I am assuming for this video is a is equal to 1. That means all the equations which I am going to factorize will start with just x square. There will be no coefficient next to it. So it means that a is equal to 1. So let us see how to factorize them. So the first step which we will be doing is we will be finding b square minus 4ac. Here I have considered b is not equal to 0, c is not equal to 0, which means that there will be compulsorily 3 terms in the given question. So it will be of the form x square plus bx plus c. So first we find b square minus 4ac, and then we will have to take a decision depending on the value which we get. If the value of b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, then I will go to step 2. If it is greater than 0, I will go to step 3. And if it is less than 0, it means no solution. So no need to continue with factorizing. You can just write no solution and finish off the sum. So when I have taken b square minus 4ac is equal to 0, it means I just need to find root of c. Root of c means I just need to find the square root of the constant term alone. So if I find that, next what you should see is the middle term. The b term, if it is positive, just write answer as x plus root c the whole square. If the middle term, b term, coefficient of x is negative, put it as x minus root c the whole square. That's it, and the sum will be solved. For example, if I take x square minus 12x plus 36. So here when we see a is equal to 1, b is equal to minus 12, which is less than 0 or it is negative, c is equal to 36. So what will be b square minus 4ac? I just substitute the values which I have written above. So 12 square will come to 144 minus 4 into 1 into 36. That comes to again 144. So 144 minus 144 gives me a 0. So that means I just need to find the square root of c. Now c is 36. We know the square root of 36 is 6. But I will just give out a small explanation of how to do that in case you don't know it by memory, so that if some bigger number comes and you find it very difficult, this is the easiest way to solve it. So for example, what I need to do is I need to do the prime factorization of 36 and write the factors together, all the same factors next to each other. So here when I see the prime factorization of 36, you have 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. Now when we are finding the square root, we just need to first need to split it into pairs. After splitting into pairs, each pair is represented once in the square root. So here 2 2's are there and 2 3's are there. So 2 is one pair, 3 is one pair. So I just need to represent that pair for one time in my root c. So that's why root c is equal to 2 into 3 represented once, that's all. That is equal to 6. So x square minus 12x plus 36. Now here b term, middle term is negative. So I will write the formula, I will write it as x minus 6 the whole square, and that's it. If you want, you can do in the normal way which you do and see that it will be the same answer. So this is the fastest method for a is equal to 1. Next we go to another example where it is given as x square plus 4 root 3x plus 12. Whenever a root comes, we get very scared how to do this sum. Please don't do that. It's very easy. So just see how we have done this also. So a is equal to 1, b is equal to plus 4 root 3, which means b is positive, and c is equal to 12. Now, when we take b square minus 4ac, we see that it comes to 16 into 3 minus 4 into 1 into 12. So that is equal to 48 minus 48, which is equal to 0. So our condition is satisfied. The step 2 can be done. Here, that means I need to find what? I need to find the square root of c. So here c is 12. We know it is not a square number. So we'll prime factorize it. When we prime factorize it, we get 2 into 2 into 3. So here there's a pair of 2 but only a single 3. So what it means is when we write the square root of c, 1 2 is written for that pair, and since a single 3 alone is there, you just need to put it as root 3 because it does not have another pair. That's it. So root of 12 will be equal to 2 root 3. So x square plus 4 root 3x plus 12. Here middle term is having the term sign of plus. So it will come as x plus root c. So x plus 2 root 3 the whole square. This is the answer. Next we will see the condition where b square minus 4ac is greater than 0 and we have already a is equal to 1. When it is coming greater than 0, prime factorize ac. That means a is 1, so just prime factorize c. And then we are going to find two factors p and q. That is, c is split into two factors p and q, which means p into q will give me c. Always I am going to take p is greater than q in such a way that the sum of the factors p and q will be equal to the middle term b. So I'll repeat it. I am going to split c into two factors p and q where p is always greater than q in such a way that the adding of the factors gives me the middle term b. So how do we proceed? First, we always need to find AC. There are two conditions here in C. Since AC is C, I will say it as C. When C is positive, that means when the last term is positive, plus sign, it means it is a plus some number. So remember, I am going to split C into two factors P and Q, where again both are going to be added. P plus Q will give me the middle term B. If both the things are added, it means what? It should be of the same sign. So if B is positive, P and Q are also positive. If B is negative, P and Q are also negative. So the first condition is, if C is positive, I have to add the two factors to get B, and both will have the same sign as B. If AC, which means C, is negative, then we need to split C into two factors P and Q such that they are subtracted to get B. So if C is negative, P minus Q will give me B, and we know if we are subtracting, it means both the numbers are of opposite signs. So put the sign of B for P and Q will have the opposite sign. So here when C is negative, it means P minus Q should be done. If B is positive, P will be positive, Q will be negative. If B is negative, P will be negative and Q will be positive. Always P is the greater number, so P will have the sign of B. So B square minus 4AC is greater than 0 means we need to split C into two factors P and Q. If C is positive, P plus Q will give me B and all will have the same signs. P, B and Q will have the same signs. If C is negative, P minus Q will give me B and P and B will be of the same sign. Q will be of the opposite sign. After finding factors P and Q in such a way that they are added to get B, we can factorize x square plus bx plus c as x plus p into x plus q directly. This is the advantage of having a is equal to 1, where we can directly find the factors and just substitute. No need to do splitting of middle terms. So once we have found p, once we have found q, you just need to write x square plus bx plus c is equal to x plus p into x plus q. That's it. Now let us see example. Example, x square minus 2x minus 8. Now here a is 1, b is minus 2, c is equal to minus 8. So b square minus 4ac will come to minus 2 square minus 4 into 1 into minus 8. So we can see minus 2 square becomes 4 and also minus 4 into 8 minus 8 becomes plus 32. So both are positive, so it's a greater number than 0. Now I need to find what is AC. AC is minus 8. So if C is negative, it means I need to subtract the two factors. P minus Q should give me B and P will have the same sign as B. Q will have the opposite sign. Now how to find P and Q? We need to factorize 8. When we factorize 8, it is coming as 8 is equal to 1 into 2 into 2 into 2. Now C should be P into Q in such a way that P minus Q should give me B. So it means I have to subtract. So I'll take a bigger number first. So let me split it into 8 is equal to 1 into 8 are the two factors. So 8 minus 1 gives me 7, but B is minus 2. So this is not possible. Then I take 8 is equal to 4 into 2. Now 4 into 2 gives me 8 and 4 minus 2 gives me 2, which is what is required as B. So it means my factors will be P will be 4, Q will be 2, and when I see the sign of B, it is negative, C is also negative. It means what? Since I am subtracting, P will have the sign of B. So 4 will have minus and Q will have the opposite sign. So 2 will have plus. So now x square minus 2x minus 8 can be directly written as x minus 4 into x plus 2. So now we will go to the next example, x square plus x minus 306. A is 1, B is 1, C is minus 306, and when I substitute B square minus 4AC, I get 1 minus 4 into minus 306 is going to give me plus 4 into 306. So it is a number greater than 0. So AC is now minus 306, which means negative number. So P minus Q, subtraction of the factors should give me B, and P will be of the same sign as B, Q will be of the opposite sign. So first step is factorizing. C, which is 306 when factorized, gives us 1 into 2 into 3 into 3 into 17. Now I need to find two factors P and Q for C such that C is equal to P into Q and P minus Q is equal to B. So 306, since it is a subtraction, I am going to take the bigger number 17 on one side. So the other numbers when multiplied, 1 into 2 into 3 into 3 gives me 18. So 17 into 18 is going to give me 306. So bigger number is 18. So 18 be P and 17 be Q. So 18 minus 17 will give me 1, which is the required middle term B, 1. So I am splitting minus 306 into plus 18 because B is positive, so P is also positive, and Q opposite sign, so minus 17. So P is plus 18 and Q is minus 17. So x square plus x minus 306 will give me x plus P into x plus Q, which is equal to x plus 18 into x minus 17. So the next example is x square plus 4 root 2x plus 6. Now a is 1, b is plus 4 root 2, c is equal to plus 6. So my b square minus 4ac is going to come as 4 root 2 the whole square minus 4 into 1 into 6. Now what is 4 root 2 the whole square? It is 4 square into 2 square. 4 square is 16. Root 2 square is 2. So 16 into 2 will give me 32 minus 24, which is greater than 0. So my AC now is plus 6. So since it is positive, it means both the factors P plus Q should give me B, and all the three will be of the same sign. So if B is positive here, so it means P and Q are also going to be positive. Now the next step is I factorize AC, which is 6. I get 2 into 3. So when I write 6 is equal to 1 into 2 into 3. But let me see, I can see here that B is equal to 4 root 2. So I need a root 2 term also. I need a factor of root 2 also. So what I am going to do, I don't have a root 2 here. It means that I am going to split the 2 into 2 root 2's, because root 2 into root 2 will give me 2. So I am writing 6 is equal to 1 into root 2 into root 2 into 3. So now I know C should be P into Q, and P minus Q should give me B. So when I need to have a root 2 term, it means let me take 6 is equal to first part 1 into root 2 I am taking as root 2, 3 into root 2 I am taking as another 3 root 2. So I will write it as 6 is equal to root 2 into 3 root 2. Will happen to P plus Q. 3 root 2, P is always the greater number, so 3 root 2 plus root 2. If you are getting confused of how to add when you have root terms in between, assume root 2 is x. So it is like 3x plus x is what? 4x. So similarly 3 root 2 plus root 2 is going to give me 4 root 2, and that is what is B. So this is the correct splitting. So I am splitting 6 into 3 root 2 and root 2, and since B is positive and AC is positive, P and Q are also positive. So x square plus 4 root 2x plus 6 is going to give me, when factorized, is in splitting into x plus 3 root 2 into x plus root 2. So just a recap of what we have found till now. We are going to consider the condition where A is equal to 1, B and C are not equal to 0. In that case, first step will be finding B square minus 4AC. When it comes to 0, we go to second step where we just find the square root of C, and we are going to write the answer in such a way that if B is positive, it will be x plus root C the whole square, and if B is negative, x minus root C the whole square. That's it. If B square minus 4AC is greater than 0, then here A is going to be plus 1, so we will always take C and factorize C in such a way that there are two factors P and Q, P being the bigger number, and adding of both the factors should give me B. If C is positive, both factors will have the same sign, and it will be the sign of B, and both will be added. If C is negative, both factors will be subtracted, and the bigger factor P will have the sign of B, and Q will be of opposite sign. And when we will write it as ax square plus bx plus c is nothing but x plus p into x plus q.